Let's cover Eddie Brock Carnage issue 3. At the end of the last issue, Eddie finally found another serial killer to take out, and it turned out to be Bushwhacker. But when his true identity seemed to falter, he did the absolute unthinkable. In issue 3, we find out that he killed everyone in this precinct, and since Eddie is a witness, him and Carnage are next. But after pumping hundreds of rounds into them, it seems to have done nothing, so he runs away, locking himself in a vault, which turned out to be an ammo locker. And with Bushwhacker's modifications, all he has to do is eat the ammo and he's fully reloaded. Luckily, Eddie knows this, but as the vault door comes flying off his hinges, he's caught off guard by what steps out. Bushwhacker has grown in size as he prepares to blow off Carnage's face. But Eddie ain't no slouch. He knows Bushwhacker is too big to maneuver in this tight space, so he gets behind him, grabbing his face. And like Kingpin did to old boy, he crushes this man's skull. And since Bushwhacker's an android, they make double sure he's dead. He then contacts Bailey, giving her files for her podcast, and also asks her to get another lead on another serial killer, specifically one with powers. But Bailey is starting to feel like she's in over her head. That's when the Carnage in Eddie comes out, telling her that he's taking all the risk. He eventually wrangles back the murderous symbiote, says that if she wants him to quit, he will. She says no, but is starting to feel that she's working for him and not the other way around. So later on, Eddie and Carnage have a conversation. Eddie is pissed that all those people died in that police station, and he knows it's because they cornered Bushwhacker. But Carnage says Bushwhacker pulled the trigger, and since they took him out, they're heroes. But what Eddie really wants to know is what happened to those people on the plane, the ones that seemingly disappeared after Eddie blacked out. Well, it turns out Carnage has them someplace still alive. He's using them as leverage against Eddie just in case he tries to break off their deal. After which we find out Carnage's true intentions while Eddie is asleep. He wants to break into his mind so that he can find his deepest, darkest secrets. Luckily, Venom taught Eddie to protect his mind, but that's not going to stop Carnage from finessing his way in, even if it takes a bit of time. Fast forward, Bailey went through Bushwhacker's files. He had a list of people who he wanted to kill, and she found out that Muse was still alive. But as she finishes up her voicemail, there's a knock at her door. It's Misty Knight, and she wants to know where Eddie is.